Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First, I thank to Allah, the Almighty, the Creator of the heavens and the earth, only through His guidance that we are able to walk on the path of the righteousness. Prophet Muhammad SAW will always be the guiding light for us all. May we continue to seek His guidance. It is truly an honor to stand before you, to the honorable judges, respected teachers, and ladies and gentlemen that participate today. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ismi Emili Faiza. I'm from Toyota Indonesia Academy and I have a safety commitment. I'm always do Kikenyoshi anywhere and anytime. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine standing deep in a rainforest. There's no signals, no whiteboards, just the rustling of the leaves, the birds that singing, the children that make a circle, barefoot sitting on the forest floor. What they are doing, everyone? They are learning how to write their names for the first time. It sounds unusual, doesn't it? But for thousands of children in Indonesia's remote areas, this is where true education begins. In a world where education is often measured by grades, exams, and certificates, what if I told you that real and powerful education sometimes begins with something much deeper? Listening. Listening to people, listening to nature, and listening to our local wisdom. So, everyone, today many national education systems were shaped by a global standard, emphasizing maths, science, and literacy scores. Countries adjust their curricula to meet this international benchmark, often without considering the local context. As a result, local knowledge gets pushed aside. It's treated only like a decoration. It's not truly integrated. It makes students misunderstand to the value of the cultural richness around them. Even worse, children from indigenous communities often feel out of place when attending the formal schools. They are asked to leave their language and their tradition, also their way of life, in exchange for a system that doesn't even see them. According to AMAN, Aliansi Masyarakat Adat Nusantara, there are 2,512 indigenous communities in Indonesia, representing around 20 million people. To answer their needs, a remarkable initiative was born. This is the Sokola Institute. It's an Indonesia first organization focused on education for indigenous and marginalized groups. What makes Sokola unique? It doesn't bring forest people to school. It brings school to the forest. Sokola respects their culture, uses their language, and honors their rhythm of life. Instead of replacing their identity, it empowers them with tools like reading, counting, and understanding their rights while keeping their roots strong. So there is one of the most Sokola inspiring stories, which is Sokola Rimba. It is an alternative education program for the Orang Rimba in Jambi, Sumatra. The Orang Rimba maybe cannot read textbook, but they can read the sign of weather, animal behavior, and soil health, even better than many modern scientists. In 2024, Sokola Institute received the UNESCO Confucius Prize for Literacy. This award honors their work in teaching using their own language and culture. With Sokola's method, many children from Sokola Rimba can learn to read in just 2 until 3 weeks only. So, Butet Manurung, the founder of Sokola Rimba, once said, "Our schooling system was shaped by us. We realized that education must be liberating, rooted in all culture, built on dialogue, and useful for daily life." When I first learned about Sokola Rimba, something shifted inside me. As a student myself, I spent years inside classroom, surrounded by chairs, whiteboards, but I began to wonder, what if learning doesn't need walls? What if learning begins with listening? That's why this matters so much to me, because education should never be about forcing people to change who they are. It should help them become who they are meant to be. So today, I invite all of us to shape our mindset. Let's stop asking, how can they catch up with us? And start asking, what can we learn from them? From their deep ecological knowledge, from their way of farming in harmony with nature, from their tradition that teach respect for people, for land, and for life. Because the future of Indonesia doesn't only lie in skyscrapers and technology, it also grows in forests, walks barefoot on the soil, and speaks in stories passed down through generations. Let us dream of an Indonesia where local wisdom is not just remembered, but celebrated, protected, and woven into every layer of education. And when we build education that listens, truly listen, we don't just teach people to read, we help them to write their own future. Thank you so much. That's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.